What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another SlabStox live show here on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Aaron, one of your hosts. Joining with Julian today. Nate is actually en route right now to Milwaukee, as tomorrow morning, very early, we leave to go to the National. We're driving all the way to Atlantic City, bringing the full display, all the different cards, all the different setup. Very excited for the show. I mean, it's going to be an amazing time. And Julian, this will be your first full National every day. How are you feeling?
Getting more excited by the day. I mean, I've been looking forward to it the past couple of months. It seems like it was so far away, and now it's upon us. I'm super excited to be behind the booth because, as I mentioned before, is last year was my first national, and I was only there for one day. I was just walking around, so I'm excited for the new experience and to be with you guys. And yeah, it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. And tonight's episode is very special. Normally, we would do a national preview show today, but last week we did the national preview show. So if you want to go back to last week's Monday live, 6 p.m. Eastern time, we did a full preview, all of our thoughts and answering different questions and everything. So gonna be a good thing to listen to if you're on your way to the national right now, or just want to learn about the national. You can't go this year, but might want to go next year in Chicago. But tonight we are doing, it's not a Flip Quest episode. You see the PWCC weekly auction here. That normally means we're doing a Flip Quest episode. But tonight we are previewing the entire Camp Kesem charity auction. 100% of the proceeds, 100% of the sales, no fees at all, is all getting donated to Camp Kesem to send kids whose parents are facing cancer. They're going to go to camp for free, the kids, and it's going to be amazing for them. And I'm super excited about it. This is our second year doing it. I was just throwing together some numbers on what we've raised so far through some pre-shows on whatnot and some donations that came right to the donation page. And then also thinking about what we're bringing to the national to sell for the kids live at the national, because we'll have a Kesem case there. And then thinking about this weekly auction, I haven't went through and valued everything yet, or thinking about what projected value might be. But I think we're gonna have a really, really good shot to break last year's record of $129,000 last July when we did it around the national. And I think we can do more in that this year. I might break it by not just a small number, but a lot of money. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. And it's all going to be driven, most of the sales, by this PWCC weekly auction number 20 right here. What's up, Manny? How we doing? And what we're going to be doing today is not we're not going to look at we'll look at pretty much every single card. We won't talk about every single card in great extent. We are going to be answering a couple different questions that Julian here came up with. Some of our favorite cards, maybe some cards that we think are undervalued in the auction that people should look at, try to get a deal. Well, depending on how people are spending on charity on Sunday night next. And I should mention this closes July 31st at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Extended bidding starts then. So please, please, please hop on a PWCC weekly auction or PWCCmarketplace.com right now. Hit the weekly auction in the top tab, and then go down to sorts and filters. They built in this amazing little button right here. All you have to do is click that check mark. It says Kesem Charity Auction and explains what it is. You click apply, and boom, there's all the charity cards right there. I'd recommend sorting by highest first, and then just going down from there, because you kind of get to look at every single different item in the auction. And that's what we'll be doing today. Right now, there's 142 results in the Kesem charity auction, but there will be over 180 by the end of tonight. There was 35 more cards committed to flash auction just before I went live right now. We've got some wax that's going live in this auction that's getting approved right now. And it'll probably be closer to 200 items by the time it's all said and done, which is going to be amazing. It's going to raise so much money for the kids. And then we're also going to be looking at each categories, in our opinion, what we think the most expensive card might be from each category. And when we do that, we'll take a breeze through all the different cards in each category too. So Julian, to start us off here, why don't you tell me what your favorite card is in this auction and why, and I'll search it up here.
Okay, I couldn't decide between two, but the first is the Donovan Mitchell Immaculate Gold, which we bought in the PWCC live stream. What was it, last weekend or 2 weekends ago?
Not yesterday, but a weekend before that.
Yeah, so that was super cool. I love that card, so I was kind of pushing for us to get that one. Kind of hoping he gets traded, but still, I think it's a super cool card. Gold out of 10, PGSA 5, super cool card. And then my second is, I'm a big Marvel guy, which Aaron knows. So there's a Hulk Bronze PMG, which I'm really interested in as well.
Which it was the Hulk?
Yeah, super cool. I mean, I love the PMGs. There's a few Marvel ones, but I know Shane donated that one, and I was like, oof, I might need to get that.
It is pretty awesome. What's up, Tech? And everyone, as you're watching tonight's stream, feel free to say hi. Feel free to ask questions. We're going to be walking through all these cards. But if you have any questions all about Camp Kesem, the weekly auction, the national itself, anything else, let us know. We're happy to engage with you all tonight as we go through this auction here. So nice picks, Julian, for your favorites. Now I will go and show my two favorites as well, just because, like Julian said, it's a very hard pick. Just one. I talked about this on the 5 at 5 episode, I'm pretty sure, for last Thursday, but this Wayne Gretzky 400 right here, it's a SGC 10 population 1 of 1. Current bids at 330 before buyer's premium, which puts it closer to $400 right now. I bought this thing for pretty cheap raw at the Midwest Monster in Indianapolis and hit an SGC 10, so I was kind of excited about that. A card from 1998 got a 10. And there's a ton of bidding activity on this. I think it's going to sell for a ton of money. I'm super excited about that. And then for me personally, like a card I want to buy, and it is, I got to probably type in. It is the AlphaTauri logo. I'm actually winning it right now. It's the orange 70th logo right here. I have the aqua sapphire number of 99. I'm currently wearing an AlphaTauri hat, but they are a little bit, not a little bit. They're very disappointing right now for many reasons, as Julian and I both know very well. And I still want to get it though. Still want to get it for the collection. It's Pierce team. I got to rep it, especially for the Kesem kids. So currently winning it. Who knows how much I'll have to pay, but I don't really want to say what my top bid will be. I will be happy to pay a lot though for the kids for sure. Within reason, because I can go buy other cards in here too if I want to. And then like just in general, I'm extremely excited about these OPG Platinum hockey cards in here. There's many different blue cubes they call them, and Arctic Freeze of Crosby, McDavid. Yeah, Crosby and McDavid. There's actually 3 Crosbys and 1 McDavid, and there's an Adam Fox auto. So I'd like to try win one of those too. Julian, what card do you think is going to sell for the most in the auction?
Well, prior to that Jalen Hurts 1-of-1 selling, I would have said it was between the Wander and the Patrick Mahomes.
You mean the Trevor Lawrence?
Sorry, what did I say?
You said Jalen Hurts.
Sorry, yeah, the Trevor Lawrence. Before that sale, I would have said the Wander or the Mahomes, but now I think it's probably going to be between the Wander and the Hurts.
Wander and the Hurts. There's the Hurts right there. This is the 2020 Mosaic Black rookie.
I think it should be the Hurts, considering how much the Trevor Lawrence went for. So if I had to choose one, I'd say the Hurts, but you never know with this stuff.
I'll give some insight. I don't think the Wander is even going to sell in the top 3. Actually, sorry, no, it probably will sell around number 3, behind the Mahomes and the Hurts. So in my opinion, I think the Mahomes is going to sell for the most. I was looking at some prices on like a BGS 8.5 with an 8 auto from a year ago. Sold for like over $5,000. Carletter estimated value for that one's got it like $9,000. This is a BGS 9 with a 9 auto. So I do think this is going to do over $10,000. The Mahomes rookie auto from NT, the future 25. But I also think, like Julian just said, that the Hurts Mosaic Black 1-of-1 PSA 10 will do over 10K too. I just don't know which one's going to sell for more. I think it'll be super close. I'm going to go with the Mahomes just because I think it's the big name. And also Duke Johnson Jr. donated. So I think that some people might be excited to chase after it for that reason. If they know that the Bills running back right now, previous, Browns and Dolphins running back. But I agree based off that Trevor Lawrence we're about to post about, but the Trevor Lawrence sale, I do think that this Hurts PSA 10 could definitely rival for the top card. All right. Next up, we are going to, how about this? We're going to go through the last couple of questions. Then we'll look at most expensive card from each category or what we think it will be, because then I'm going to just preview all the different cards. Okay. So what do you think the best value card is going to be in this? Probably like when we say that, in my opinion, I thought about like bang for buck. You can spend maybe, $50, $75, $100. What do you think is going to be the best?
Well, I have two. I have one more expensive is the Burrow Obsidian Orange out of 25. I feel like that's like pretty undervalued, and I really like Burrow. So that'd be one that's more expensive, but one that's like more inexpensive, and this is a hot take, is there's a Billy Gilmore Gold, Merlin Gold.
Oh.
And I think I really I told you this when we went to the game on Saturday. I rate him a lot. He hasn't really had much of an opportunity under Tuchel, and Chelsea got absolutely demolished against Arsenal. So I think he's probably going to try and switch it up, maybe throw him in. I think he'd work really well with like Conte and Jorginho getting older, and they're going to have to replace them eventually. So I feel like that's going to go for pretty cheap, and it might be like a good value buy.
Yeah, so this card's already at $26 of buyer's premium. I do feel like as well, as a Chelsea fan, I really hope he gets some run. I did see that he actually got sent back home, like when we were on our USA tour, to go and join not the first team, I guess, like the second team, whatever that would be, which is a little surprising. I know they said the players were surprised too with that call. I really hope that Tuchel kind of figures it out and gets him some time, because I agree with you. For me, I only picked one for this, but the best value card, in my opinion, is going to be the Sean Taylor. This could go for a crazy amount of money. It could not, but this is a white refractor numbered of 869 here. And I absolutely love this card, how he's wearing the white jersey. And then it's got the red dots up at the top of the card, the yellow dots at the bottom of the card, and then the refractor on it. It's like the super, super color match card. Like, it's just a ridiculously good looking card. It's an SGC 10 population of 1. It's very, those cards are tough to grade. They're not easy to grade. It's got dark borders on the back. The centering can be tough on those. It's at $20 right now. I do think it's going to sell for a lot more than that, probably, but I do think it also could be one of the best value buys given what the current bid is right now. What do you think the most unique card is in this auction?
I saw there's a Vanilla Ice auto, which was super unique. I haven't seen anything like that before.
Right here.
Yeah, I saw that one. I was like, that's super cool. Never seen anything like that.
This was donated by the Patrick Ryan collection. He always has those really crazy different autograph cards and sent that plus a few others in, like the Clyde Drexler, which is really cool.
Yeah, and then there's also the Jay-Z patch, which was also super cool.
Yeah, this Jay-Z patch is interesting. It's at $25 right now. It's numbered out of 279. It's from Topps Luxury Box. Honestly, it's a set I never even heard of until I was at the Midwest Monster and bought this card. I bought a different Jay-Z Luxury Box card right next to it, numbered out of $9.99, and then I bought a Kobe Luxury Box card right here. That's 9.5 out of 350, which this is a sick card, by the way. Like, you got the dunk and then the foil on the left side. Super cool card. All from Luxury Box, and I agree with you on the Jay-Z cards. I thought that patch card was so cool. In my opinion, I think, and I'm not like crazy on buying Pokemon, but this card is super unique. This is the artist that actually drew Pikachu here, the Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. I don't want to butcher the name. It's Mitsuhiro. Right at the bottom, you can see illustration that says Mitsuhiro, and then that is the autograph right there. And it's a PSA 10 with an auto grade of authentic. Now, this is the German edition print, so it's not going to sell as much as like the English print, which I think it sells for around like $5,500 if it's got Pikachu's face cartooned right here by the artist too, which also brings more value. But I do think it's going to sell pretty well, and I just think it's super unique. Like, how many times you see, like a Pokemon card signed by an artist? I know they signed them, like, there are copies out there, but it's just really, really interesting in my opinion. All right.
We got a comment from Logan Thompson who said, "Last minute partnership with Heritage so they can donate $10 million from the mantle."
Yeah, that nasty SEC 9.5 mantle is going up for sale. Estimate over $10 million. I think that Heritage should just claim all $10 million and give it to Kesem.
That'd be nice.
All right, so that is what we think our most unique, or the most unique card is. How about, Julian, the cards that people may not realize is valuable or rare? Just like a card that, like, you're looking through an auction, someone just might, or a lot of people might just like pass it by.
I actually have 3, so if you want to go first, so I don't take one of yours.
Yeah, sure.
There's quite a few.
I'll go first. And I've got this Ray Allen here. This is the molten metal titanium fusion of Ray Allen from 1998. He's in a Bucks jersey. I mean, just absolutely amazing card. I am not a 90s basketball card expert, or even, I would say, pretty, like, I know things about it. I know the sets, I know the inserts, but when it comes to something as specific as this, where PWCC has it tagged as no serial number, that I know that, like, cards of Jordan like this are numbered like out of 40, or numbered out maybe out of 100, some of the different ones. This one isn't serial numbered, but it's super rare. There's only like one raw copy that I saw listed, and this is an SGC 9.5, non-graded higher, population 1. I say this type of card, like, yeah, maybe it sells for like $300. But I do think that, like, the rarity of it is just like overlooked in general. And maybe it sells for a lot because people understand that, but it's a really cool card, and I think it'll sell well, but maybe not as much as if it was known. Like, if it is serial number not 40, it'd sell for a ton. So I don't really know what the deal is there. If anyone knows in the comments, feel free to comment. I will definitely read off your comment. What's up, Bazooka Tom, by the way? All right, go ahead, Julian.
Okay, so first one, as much as I don't like this player, I have to say it. There's a Kevin Durant game used patch card, which I think people, especially people who follow more of the recent years of cards, would assume that that's just some random patch or something, maybe not affiliated with them. But considering it's from 2014, or what is it, 2014?
Yep, 2014.
2014, Kevin Durant's on the Thunder. A lot of people, a lot more people, I'd say, liked him back then. He was still really, really good. I think that's a card that people wouldn't know about unless they looked at the back. So that was the first one I noticed. I mean, we picked this one up at the Midwest Monster, so I knew about it, but yeah, that's something that people might not know.
Definitely.
And then second is as I was going through and just looking them up, I had no idea this card was like worth something. Was the Drake and Justin Bieber 2010? I think there was like a PSA 10 that sold for like $170 or something.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so I didn't know that.
First edition of Justin Bieber here, and then it's got Drake on the card too. SGC 10. Crazy card.
Yeah. And then the last one is there's a Pirlo Gold Auto that I think is super cool, and he's like an all-time great. So I don't necessarily think that card will go for a whole lot, but I think it is a card that's super cool because of what he did for like the Italy national team and just soccer in general.
Yeah, I definitely like this one as well. This was donated by Jake from IndyCar Exchange. Works for Andy, and I really appreciate it. And it was a super good condition card. Got 10/10 and has a beautiful auto, and it's numbered out of 10. So it's a really nice card. I do think it's going to sell for a couple $100 at least. But when you think about the grand scheme of things, and Julian points out Italian legend, that doesn't seem like much when you're thinking of all these random numbered cards of some of these youngsters going for multiple hundreds or not, if not thousands of dollars. So it could be one to look for there. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to each different category and look at the different cards inside the category, starting with baseball and working our way down the list. So we're going to, in this specific thing, we're going to call it what we think is going to sell for the most money. I think some of them are pretty clear and obvious. Some of them there's more contention. So for this one, Julian, I don't think either of us will argue that the Wonder Franco is going to sell for the most of all the baseball cards in this auction.
Yeah.
It's already at $1,100. And the next closest bid is $165 on Mike Trout and Joe Adell. Dual auto PSA 9 number 25. The Wonder Franco is donated by Shine and 72 Woot 72. So thank you so much to those two gentlemen. Second straight year donated one of the biggest cards in the auction. That means a ton. But looking at the different cards in here, there's 19 baseball cards. There will probably be a couple more that are added over the next couple of days, but you've got the Trout and Adele dual auto. Vlad Guerrero Jr. Independence Day F76 SGC 10. I bought this one at Midwest Monster. Got 10. Was super pumped about that. I think that's going to sell really well. Definitely multiple hundreds of dollars. It's already 115. Luis Robert. This is the Atomic from 2018. This set super sought after, numbered out of 25 auto BGS 9.5. We grabbed that in the PWCC charity stream from 2 weeks ago. It was the spending spree and grabbed that one. There is a Hank Aaron on-card auto here. This is a numbered out of 1974. It's a Turn Back the Clock from 1989 set. And this one's going to sell pretty well too, I think, donated by Black Jada Wolf. And then you got Goldschmidt auto there. You got Khalil Watson, Luis Robert, donated by Slab Exchange, PSA 10 from Sterling, number out of 75. Should sell really well. And then you've got some cards donated by Nate here, actually. Ken Griffey Jr., Nate digging corners, Nate. Obviously like SlabStox, Nate. This is a Ken Griffey Jr. he pulled, I'm pretty sure, purple out of 75, got an SGC 10. There's a Wander Franco. He pulled these two, and some different buyers on one of our Whatnot streams donated both these cards, which is awesome to get graded. And then SGC graded them for free. Shout out to SGC for grading them all for free. And then we've got the Shohei Ohtani Japanese PSA 10 here. This was donated by Patrick Ryan. That's a pretty good Topps Now card, actually. It should sell for a couple $100. This one recently came in. This was a Steven Strasburg. This was donated by MC Sports Cards, consigned with MC Mike. And this is a red auto at 25. This is just seems like a legendary card to me for growing up, right around as a kid when these cards were releasing. Everyone wants Steven Strasburg. I'm sure whoever was either my age or older would remember that. Julian, I'm pretty sure when I talked to you the first time about Steven Strasburg, you never even heard about the guy, which is crazy to me. But is what it is. Mike Trout jersey out of 99 here, PSA 9 with the MLB hologram, so you can actually map that to a game. That was donated by Patrick Ryan. Jazz Chisholm from Nate. Garrett Mitchell, he bought in the spending spree. I think Nate's going to want to try to win that. Will Smith was donated here. This is a 2016 refractor out of PSA 9. This was donated by Timothy Cannon, who actually walked up to me at the Midwest Monster and donated this along with a Prism Hyper Ronaldo. And then there's a couple different, maybe it was a Phil Foden that's in this auction too. SGC 9 of Jazz donated by Nate. And then this one was sent to us by Jim 10 Cards on Instagram. Tom, he sent some Milwaukee Brewers cards and Bucks cards. Was really cool, and we threw his Christian Yelich with the SGC grading pile and hit 9.5. It's already at $12, so pretty cool. It's got the Milwaukee Pride flag on. Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to try to buy this. It's super cool. It's a manufactured patch, but represents Milwaukee well. And that's what we got for baseball. So if you're a baseball fan, that's what you can try to win on Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Julian, you want to do a little bit of commentary here on the basketball?
Yeah, sure. The first card is the Luca that's at $1,000 pre-buyer's premium, which actually at one point Aaron and I were actually texting each other about it. Was the highest priced card in the auction. I don't remember how long ago that was. That was kind of funny. So that's the highest one right now. We have the Donovan Mitchell that we already touched on. gold out of 10, immaculate, BGS 5, $625, but pre-buyer's premium. One
Hey,
that
I
I
gotta
really
interrupt
like,
you. I gotta
yeah.
interrupt you here. We didn't choose which card we think is going to sell for the most out of all these, and it's going to be close. I know it's going to be close. I think because the 5 here that are the top 5 cards all probably will sell pretty similar. But what do you think is going to be the top seller here?
Uh, I would say the Curry, honestly. I think he's such a great player. That's such a cool card. I would go with the Curry.
Yeah, so the Curry silhouette on card auto of 99. Very cool from 2011. That's the first silhouette set that Panini released. I preferred. For me, it was between the Curry and the Mitchell because while this Lucas Silver PSA 10, you can pretty much bank that's going to get like $1,900 or $2,000. And both of these, the Mitchell and the Curry, we actually acquired for less than that. So I think that both of them will sell up to 2K around there, maybe even more if Donovan Mitchell gets traded. I think if he gets traded, it's going to go up to around 3K potentially. And then this could be a dark horse too. The Stockton Malone dual auto. I think this could sell around 2,000. So the Butler might be more around 1,000. I'm just gonna go with Mitchell. I'm banking on that. There's really hot trade rumors, and I think that might sell for the most. But Curry was my second choice. And now that Karl Malone and John Stockton might be pretty close too. All right, go ahead. You can continue on.
Yeah, so the third one is as a Chicago guy myself, I love it. It's a Jimmy Butler 2012 patch auto on a 99 BGS 9, super sick. I don't know how much that would go for. I think he said probably $1,000, but that's
Somewhere around
super
there.
cool. You mentioned there's the John Stockton, Karl Malone. I've never seen that card either. I love Eminence the way they look. Two great players, so that's a super cool card as well. Then there's a 1997 Kobe Bryant. Aaron, you should probably step in for this one. I mean, I don't know much about like the pre-2000s cards, but
Right.
I love the way this card looks. Kobe Bryant, iconic. You can.
So this is an atomic refractor. These aren't numbered, but these were around, I want to say, one per box back in 96 and 97. I actually opened a couple boxes actually opened a box in 96 and box in 97 like over almost 2 years ago or a year and a half now. So this is a pretty rare card, I'd say, for back in the 90s, and it's 165. It should sell pretty well. It's a sick card though. Like Julian said, the atomics are definitely sought after at Bowman's Best.
Then we got a Clyde Drexler Fleer auto, 1986 authentic auto.
Very
Or no,
cool.
authentic with an 10 auto. We got a Kevin Durant 2007 rookie PSA 9 in his Seattle Sonics jersey. 1996 Kobe Bryant Skybox Premium. I've heard of cards like these. Don't know a ton about them either.
Still, it's probably going to sell for over $500 or more. So amazing donation here. This was from Rizzo Sports. And I want to shout out really quickly that Kevin Durant was from OTIA Sports. Shout out to Jason. Clyde Drexler, auto from Patrick Ryan. Kobe was from Black Jade Wolf. Eminence, Stockton, and Malone was from Shine and Wood. Really appreciate that. Then the Butler was from Spinatron, and the Luka Doncic Silver PSA 10 was from Duke Johnson Jr.
And then next up we have the Dwayne Wade Finest Gold 2005 PSA 9. Another great looking card. Yeah, not much else to say about that. But those
Very nice.
jerseys also pretty cool. I haven't seen those really before in Miami jerseys.
Yeah, that's like the older Miami Vice jerseys. That was donated by MC Sports Cards, so thank you.
We got another Luka card. We got a Luka Hyper BGS 9.5. Got a Luka Revolution Impact right next to that PSA 10. Oh, and another Luka after that. A Optic Shock SGC 9.5. We got another great player in NBA history, Hakeem Olajuwon, Flawless Auto BGS 9. The card was it top one?
Yeah, this was the top one.
And then we have the Ray Allen that Aaron mentioned. You said this was the most undervalued? Was that the one you said?
I thought this was the one that people might not understand the rarity
about. Yeah. And that's cool. He's got like his like outline in the background too, which is super sweet. Cam Reddish, Eminence Auto out of 5.
He could be in a trade coming up here.
I was just gonna say this card was probably like quite a bit a couple years back, maybe before he was traded. He didn't do too hot on the Knicks, but
he didn't really play at all.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I really liked Cam Reddish, but
remember, it's Tom Thibodeau. He refused to play the young players in the other situations he was in. So
yeah, but Watch it. Tom Thibodeau's a legend.
I watched that guy in Minnesota. Confirmed, not a legend.
What Bulls legend. Um, Magic Johnson auto as well. Um, yeah, I guess Jay Z counts as a basketball player.
Yeah,
Um,
down here. It's released in a basketball set, which is why it
yeah,
came out of '05 Topps basketball.
yep. We got that Kevin Durant, Jay Z, the finest Michael Jordan,
It's from
and another.
'93. That's the first Topps Finest set that was ever released. That's a
Oh,
basic. It has some greening up on his arm, but it's not as bad as some are.
yeah.
And
Then
they
we
got the
have
other
the other
Jay-Z.
Jay Z.
All right, here we go. Rapid fire in these last four.
Got the Kobe Bryant 2005 out of 350 SGC 95. Chris Paul SGC 8. Anthony Edwards Contenders Campus ID. That's
No,
a
sir. No, sir. Not Anthony Edwards.
no. Did I say Cole? I thought I said Cole Anthony. No, Cole Anthony. It is Cole Anthony, not Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, it's a super short print too, so I hope that one sells pretty well. It's a cool card.
Yeah,
What do we
and
got
then there's
here? What is this?
a Tyler Hero, the biggest card in the entire auction that was donated by me. A Donruss Optics Fanatics Tyler Hero that I bought when I had very little knowledge about sports cards. Not a great buy, so put it towards a great cause.
And just had to throw it back and donate to the kids.
Yeah, I just had to throw it back. It's kind of
All right,
embarrassed to just bring it to a show and sell it with my other stuff.
we've got 22 football cards here. Julian, I think that we already kind of talked about this, but you were going to pick the Hertz out of this for the most expensive football card.
Yep.
So Julian's got the Hertz PSA 10 for Mosaic Black. I've got the Mahomes Auto BGS 9. They're going to sell really close. I'm so excited to see which one sells for more. Got the Brady. This is a Crown Royale retail die cut here. This was donated by Chris Costa from Card Vault out in Foxborough. Thank you so much. The Hertz was donated by Pristine MJ Sports on Philadelphia. And then that Patrick Mahomes is from Duke Johnson Jr., NFL running back. Jamar Chase, we bought this from Andy IndyCar Exchange at the Midwest Monsters. This is a beautiful card. Dual RPA, number out 25 SGC 9.5. So expect that to sell for around 1,000 or over for sure. Eli Manning and Peyton Manning dual auto here, donated by MC Sports Cards. This is pretty sick. It's a PSA 9 with a really weird like PSA DNA label because it's like I guess this has auto grade only. So the card's not graded 9. It's the autos that are graded 9. But if someone want to try to cross grade that into like the red label, I'm sure that'd be a smart idea. Joe Burrow Obsidian that Julian pointed out a couple minutes ago. Mac Jones Chick-fil-A Auto BGS 9 that you may be interested in if you're a Patriots fan or Alabama fan because it's pretty sick, or if you're a Chick-fil-A fan like myself because it is a nasty patch there, numbered out 5.
Nasty.
Also donated from Card Vault out in Foxborough. Patrick Mahomes jersey 9.5, maybe a nice little, a little bit more rare than a bunch of different Mahomes base cards and stuff. If you want to pick up a rookie of Mahomes, it's a 2017 Downers rookie jersey. We got a Megatron Refractor rookie SGC 9.5 here. Expected to sell well. Got a nice deal on that raw at the show. Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa Optic Hollow SGC 10s. Nice little pairing right here. That should sell for pretty good money, up to almost $200. I'm assuming around 150 maybe. Nice Justin Fields dual patch here, PSA 9 out of NT, although this is probably one of the cards that's not from any specific game or event, as it says on the back. So we'll see how that does. As donated by Slab Exchange. Shout out to Brandon and Bobby. Justin Herbert hit a really nice grade on this. This is a thick SGC 10. Well, the card's thick. The SGC 10 can't be thick, I guess, but the card is thick. Optic rookie here. That's at $42 right now. Randy Moss, the lowest grade actually of any of the cards we got grades, an SGC 6 in this. I really don't know why. Maybe there's some bent on the corner that I didn't see, I guess, when I bought it or something like that. But either way, I mean, honestly, it's at $30. So $30 is $30, and it'll probably go higher than that for this card. Brady Relic there from 05 UD Sunday swatches is at $29 for an SGC 9.5. There's a really, really good Drew Brees cards here in 02 Topps Chrome Black Refractor. It's super awesome in his Chargers jersey. Hit 9.5, which is a big grade. Peyton Manning Gold Refractor from Topps Chrome Draft. It's a 9.5. Not numbered though, but that should sell well. Davis Mills, this just got added on Flash Auction. This was from Tan Poles donated. Thank you so much to Tan Poles. This is a RPA numbered out of 10. I think it's a hat. Yeah, rookie cap patches. So if anyone wants Davis Mills going into the season, Sean Taylor that I pointed out earlier, Joe Burrow SGC 8 on the Optic Contenders rookie. Then we got a supplemental Emmitt Smith rookie 8.5 with the old SGC label, and then a Jalen Hurts 8.5 for the Phoenix Fireburst. That rounds out the football. And next up, we have a few hockey cards. Oops, I have to just deselect football. We've got how many hockey cards? 14 hockey cards in here right now. Julian, which do you think will sell for the most?
Well, I'd have to guess the Wayne Gretzky because that's super cool, and
Yeah.
it's Wayne Gretzky. I also don't know a ton about hockey, but I know who Wayne Gretzky is.
Yes, Wayne
That that
Gretzky.
that Mitch Marner, I that's a cool card too. I'm assuming that's expensive, but I don't think it'll be as much as the Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, so we bought this for 350 actually 2 weeks ago on the charity stream. So that was one of the cards we grabbed, and it definitely will not sell for as much as the Gretzky, but the Gretzky will sell for the highest. Mark Messier is already super strong, though, $180 on this. This is a sick limited logos patch auto here. SGC 8.5 of the 10 auto. It says game use hockey memorabilia and an autograph of Mark Messier. So there you go. You want Mark Messier? He's a legend. 8.5 tennies on ESPN now. He does the in the studio analysis during the games or during halftime and stuff, or not halftime, intermissions. But then we also have a Sidney Crosby. This is the Blue Cubes SGC 10. I really want to win that. We've got the same one from 2017 of McDavid, sick card to 9, a patch of McDavid from Obsidian. Well, actually from SPX, but it's the black Obsidian insert. More blue cubes, Crosby's, and Am Fox. So I pointed out, I actually donated this Keandre Miller card raw. It hit a 9.5. I hope that sells well. I PC Miller, so I thought, hey, why not throw a Miller card in an auction and see if it can get some money for the kids. So happy about that.
Yeah, I was going through and I was like, ooh, someone donated Keandre Miller. What are the odds that was Aaron?
It was me. This is a Patrick Line introductions. I also donated this Brendan Hagel OPC Retro Rainbow Hollow or Retro Rainbow SGC 10. And then Trevor Zegras and Evan Bouchard were also donated for me. These are just different cards I pulled that I thought would at least net, $50 plus combined for the kids, which I hope so. And it'll be good to see. So hopefully those do well. And then popping over to the next category, we've got golf. It's not going to take very long because there's only one card, actually 2 cards I forgot. We have a Bryson DeChambeau jersey or game used shirt auto. $299 SGC 9.5 10 at $31, and that's Tiger Woods rookie SGC 6 that ties the Randy Moss for the lowest graded card. Yeah, that Zegras is really cool, Hank. I wonder who pulled it. Hank pulled that card for me on whatnot. And then, so I mean, DeChambeau will definitely sell for more. I don't think we really need to debate that one. There is no boxing or MMA loaded into the auction yet, but there are going to be some UFC Prism cards in there on flash auction. Now for soccer, there's a lot of soccer cards. Actually, there's 30. So Julian, we don't need to talk about every single card here, but how about you maybe pick 10 of these, maybe 1 per row or 2 per row. How about to pick out?
Yeah. So one that will be more expensive, I think, pretty obvious is the Eminence Pulisic auto.
Definitely.
World Cup coming up. USA is looking strong. Might be a good pickup depending on what you think of Pulisic. Donated by Adam, right? That was donated by Adam.
Yep. CLE soccer cards. Thank you so much to Adam. This should sell really well. I'm super pumped about that.
Shout out Adam. We also have that Kaboom, but another one on this row I want to point out is that Neymar auto. We saw that in the PWCC auction. I had never seen this one before. Not a huge fan of Neymar either, but it's a Neymar auto, so you can't really go wrong with a great player.
And super nice auto too, like fully on the sticker. He's got a pretty loopy auto. And then just really quick, she collects cards. Shout out to Hannah for donating this Kaboom PSA 9. I know I said 2 per row, but I want to give her some love for donating that. It's a huge card. And also Shane for the Mbappe. All right. Let's scroll down here. Here's the next one.
Yeah, we got the PR auto we already talked about, so I'm not going to mention that one. We have Yusofa Mukoko, a Finest Pink Prism Refractor. He's I think he's 18 now. 17 or 18, super young guy on Dortmund. Definitely a bright future ahead of him. Hasn't played a ton for Dortmund, but definitely a guy that could be looked towards the future. It's a rookie at 125 SGC 10. And I know Aaron likes
still 17. He's still 17 years old.
17. Crazy how young guys play these days. And then there's that weird Ben Chilwell that I don't know why anybody would buy a Ben Chilwell.
I picked this up in the charity stream, and actually we got it for like $20, Julian. So why don't you pipe down, because right now it's making money for the kids.
There you go. I can't chirp it because for the kids, but otherwise I don't think anybody would buy it.
I definitely want to buy that still. Pretty sweet card there of the Chelsea left wing back. So pretty excited about that. And the Mukoko was donated by Black Jade Wolf. And then I cannot remember who this was on Instagram. If you're listening to this, please DM me. But someone on Instagram donated like 20 of these Ronaldo numbered goal scorer cards to me 6 months ago and said, hey, whenever you're selling stuff for Kesem, sell them for Kesem and see how much money you can get. Well, I send all of them to SGC to get graded for free and put in this auction or sell some of them through Whatnot. We only sold maybe like 3 of them through Whatnot. And there's about 10 different numbered cards of Ronaldo in here. Most of them are 10s, one's an 8 and then one's a 9.5, I think. I'm really expecting these to get like between 10 different cards, they've got to get over $500. So if you're listening and you donate those cards, they all went to SGC. They got graded for free, and they're going to net over $500. So I have to thank you a ton for actually donating those, because it's just insane to think that, just threw some numbered cards are away from the tops now. And here's a blackout of 93 also of the same card. It's going to get a ton of money for the kids, which is awesome. But here you go. Pick, I guess, one of the other two now. Or the three.
Probably the Luka Modric 2016 Prism, red light blue Prism. Luka Modric won Champions League with Real Madrid, pivotal to their midfield. Their trio in the midfield's insane. Super cool card. What was it? 2018 they went to the final. Croatia went to the final.
Yep.
So nice card there in his Croatia uniform.
I have to say, my roommate Jared actually donated this card to the SGC grading submission, and he bought for $1 at the card show in Oak Creek over a year ago now. So $23 for it right now. That's a pretty good ROI for the kids. How about that?
Yeah, Jared's got good taste.
For sure, definitely. And then we've got the next row here, which you already mentioned, the Gilmore. So how about you pick out one from this row?
Yeah, I'd probably do the Malik Tillman. Been in the news a bunch recently because he is now going to be playing for the U.S. instead of Germany. And he also just signed with Rangers from Bayern on loan with I think there's a buy clause in it, so he might end up staying there if it goes well. His stuff is really popped, so I think a lot of eyes will be on this card. It's a rookie out of 50. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to refresh quick. All right, there we go. Next row.
We got the Curtis Jones, another youngster for Liverpool. I know you got a couple Curtis Jones raw cards in your PC, which is cool. But yeah, Liverpool's trusted a bunch of their young guys, and it's paid off. They got Harvey Elliott. They got him.
This card was actually pulled by Nate for Magic Aloha, who's been on a lot of our YouTube streams. I'm sure many of you know who Magic is. But then Magic donated this to the Kesem cause and it hit 9.5. So Magic, let's hope that this thing sells for some good money.
For sure. We also have a Ferran Torres rookie ticket signed for Barcelona from Manchester City last season, I believe, or the season before. I think it was last season.
Yeah, it was that winter transfer window.
Yeah, Valverde Obsidian.
I want to point this out quick because do you remember buying this thing? We're all at the Midwest Monster.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Hit a 10 on it. One of only 2 SGC 10s. And then some of the last ones here, we'll just fly through quick. Some Fatis that were donated. This was actually from someone on Instagram who DM'd me, sent us these 2 Fati tops now PSA 10s plus a Lewis Hamilton sticker PSA 10 in the F1 category, which I will show in the next couple of categories. But I just want to say thank you so much for sending those as donations. And then currently I'm winning this one right here. This I actually got pulled for me by Tan Poles. I won one of his Obsidian hit draft breaks. Well, guess what? I got the very last spot, and I end up with the Hector Herrera jersey here. Plays on Mexico, and it's a 9.5. Maybe someone will outbid me. Maybe they won't. I just placed $10 bid on every single item I could in the auction. And there you go. So if anyone wants that, you can probably win it for pretty cheap, but that is one of the cards there. And then we got some of the greatest goal scorer ones still down here. So hopefully those sell for some decent money too. Next up, we don't have any tennis in the auction, but there is some F1. So I'll fly through these. We got a Leclerc Gold Sapphire 50 SGC 9. Bought this from Timothy Cannon in Indianapolis. That should sell well, and probably, in my assumption, going to sell for the most, but I think that the Pierre actually might rival it. So what do you think, Julian?
I'd probably say the Leclerc because I think a lot of people don't really know a ton about F1, and they recognize that name more than Pierre. But You're right. If there's some F1 guys who are going at it, you never know.
Yeah, especially with the portrait. You know how much people want to buy the portraits too. And I know the gold sapphire is way rare, but you never know. And I think it will sell for the most gold sapphire. But it already is pretty close in bids. And they got some sweet logos here. Ferrari and Red Bull, both 10s. Those things are sick. I actually love the logos in the set. As I already talked about the AlphaTauri I'm trying to win. We have a Mercedes SGC 9, Max purple, Leclerc purple, and then this was the Hamilton sticker PSA 10 that was donated. We do have more F1 cards that are going live on Flash Auction. There's 2 purples of Sainz portraits, a PSA to PSA 7 donated by D from Think F1, along with the Kimi Räikkönen, Valtteri Bottas, and Pierre Gasly, all purples as well. PSA graded, and then there's going to be a Hamilton PSA 9 portrait base, a Leclerc PSA 9 portrait base, and I think that might be it from Chicago Soccer Cards for F1. So those will also be being flash auctioned here pretty soon. Next up is miscellaneous sports. So I actually donated this card myself. I pulled this back a decade ago. I guess I was 14 years old and I was ripping these Tops USA or Tops Olympic packs when I was actually in up at our cabin area. And I kept the cards for the full 10 years and sent this Missy Franklin off to get graded, which sat in the same stack forever, like for a long time. And it actually went through a full move and everything. I don't think I had this card sleeved, and it got an SGC 10, pop one. And it's at $13. So that's a pretty fun little miscellaneous card there. Some Olympic swimming action. And then we've got some non-sport here as well. Julian pointed out, I mean, Julian, I know you're the Marvel guy, but we got Thanos PMG. What do you think's going to sell for the most? That one probably?
Yeah, probably the Thanos. I think from the Endgame movie, the Avengers movies, a lot of people, even if they don't know a ton about comics, they're Marvel Cinematic Universe fans. That'll probably go for the most.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. But then there's some other really big ones like the Human Torch. Is also jambalaya of Human Torch right here. Don't even know who Human Torch is or where it appears, but should sell for good
Fantastic
money.
Four.
What's it from?
Fantastic Four.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
in
I see that right there, the 4 in the chest. Okay. Well, those are donated from Mickey's Precious Gems, except this was donated from Shane Indie Card Collector. But the Thanos, the Human Torch, the Morbiuses, and the Spider-Woman and the other Human Torch are all donated from Mickey's Precious Gems on Instagram. Thank you so much. It's a huge donation. Platinum sponsor. Really filled out the non-sport category well for us here. And then obviously the Bieber and Drake that we already talked about, the Vanilla Ice Auto. And then I grabbed this at the show in Midwest Monster from Frankenstein Cards. It's the Anthony Anderson. He's a Star of Blackish SGC 10 with a 10 auto from Leaf Pop Century F60. It's at $17. I might need to win that, but we'll see what it ends up going for in the end. And that rounds out our non-sport for now. I think there might be a couple more that are going to be loaded in at some point. And then the last category for the cards is going to be the Pokemon. And I think that both of us can agree that this auto PSA 10 will probably sell for the most. I don't see any scenario probably where the PSA 8 of Charizard Hollow outsells it, and definitely not the Poliwhirl CSG 9.5, which is also donated by Gem Mint Cards 10 on Instagram. And then the Charizard and the Pikachu were donated by Duke Johnson Jr. So shout out to Duke. I mean, huge donation, along with the Mahomes Auto and the Luka Doncic Silver PSA 10. Okay, now I don't know which wax is live in the auction yet. Some is getting listed like as we speak, and just one thing is live right now. So for you Pokemon fans out there, this is a sealed Pokemon first edition, or not first. Imagine there's a first edition box. This is an Evolutions blaster box from 2016 XY. That should sell very well. Actually, these are worth around like $500-$600. So, last I checked like 2 weeks ago when we got the donation. So maybe different now, but that should be a good. That should be a good sale right there. Donated by Midwest Cards. Thanks so much to Midwest Cards for that. And we will also have in this auction for wax, which we won't be able to show right now, but there's gonna be two different Prism WWE hobby boxes, a Prism NBA hobby box, 2021, with Cade Cunningham on the cover. There will be that's donated by Burbank and also RBI Crew. They both sent a Prism box. One's in the auction. The WWE Prism was donated by Central Valley Cards. Thank you so much to Central Valley. And then there's also a case of 2020-2021 Mosaic Team All Basketball donated by Garrett from Central Valley Cards. Huge shout out to me. Donated so much stuff. And then I think that might be it in terms of the wax. Try to wrap my brain around all the stuff that was going to be available for wax, but that should be it. And then the last, very, very last things to point out is 2 comics and a ticket. So we got the Spider-Man, The Sins of Norman Osborn here, CGC 9.8. This is actually from really recently, 2020, but it sells pretty darn well. Like definitely a multi-$100 comic book, and it's at $70 right now. And then the 1989 9.8, which I think is a little bit cooler. I mean, it's from the 80s. It is Spider-Man there with Mysterio. So if you remember Spider-Man Far From Home, Mysterio was the main villain in there. And well, hopefully everyone's seen it by now. And this is the second comic book offering. All 3 of these were actually donated by Slab Exchange, including this Zion debut ticket PSA 10. This is a pretty huge item, I believe. I was told by Brandon, which I definitely believe Brandon. So I hope that this gets its respect and sells for a lot. That would be absolutely wonderful. So, Julian, what do you think's gonna sell for more between these 2 comic books? Like to me, it'd be very cool to see this one sell for a lot because it's like from the 80s. But I think this thing sells really well. I don't know that much about the modern comic books or even a lot of the older ones, but this says Christopher variant cover, which maybe makes more rare. I don't know.
Yeah, I also have no idea with comics, but I see the Zion Wilson debut. I mean, I don't know anything about tickets either, but if I was to guess, like if I didn't know any like see any of the prices right now, I would go with the Zion.
Oh, I
You know,
definitely think that the Zion's going to sell for the most of all those. I was more so asking in between the comics because I just lumped them all together.
oh, gotcha. Probably I would say the older one.
You think so? You think it's going to get some steam? I kind
I
of
feel
hope
like it
so
should. I
because
feel like I would assume that comic book collectors like the older stuff more, but of course I'm just guessing here.
right. So this is interesting because this ticket, like this is like the normal, like there's a different ticket I'm seeing of Zion for his debut, where it's like vertical and it's got like I think Nikhil Alexander Walker on the cover of it. I just don't know the difference between that one and this one, or which maybe this one might just be like a GA ticket versus the other one is like a season ticket or something like that. Very possible, but either way, it should sell for some decent coins. So that is all we have for the different items available. I think that we just went through in like 30 minutes, 142 different items already is pretty cool. If anyone has any questions, feel free to toss them in at the end here. We do have a lot left to do before leaving for the national. I mean, it's just an absolutely crazy time of the year. The last thing I'd say is this, Julian. Now, there's only 142 items we see right here. There's another 32 that should be live on the platform, or 30, like 38 that should be live on the in the Kesem charity auction tab by tomorrow morning. What do you think the total number is going to be for this specific auction? Not the entire charity event in total, but all like 200 items that's going to sell through here. What do you think the total might be?
Oh boy, you're putting me on blast. I'm terrible at these guessing games. Probably like how many do you say there are? There's gonna be
200 items total.
maybe like 70,000, 60,000.
70,000. I think I was kind of texting Nate about this, and I haven't went through and like price everything, but just from like thinking about what's coming in, I'm thinking low end is going to be 80K, high end is going to be like 100K.
See,
I'll
like
say like
I was
97.
at least I was closer than I thought I would be. When I do these guessing games, I'm terrible. What if I had said like 30K?
Yeah, you would have been way off there, my guy. But I think 70K is also a possibility. I'm just really fingers crossed hoping it gets up to 100K, because if it hits 100K, it's a really good shot. We're pushing 150K on the total Kesem charity event, which is just absolutely insane, incredible. And we just can't thank everyone enough. All the different sponsors, we named a lot of different ones tonight with the items that are in this auction specifically. And there's a lot of different sponsors in general. So if you want to hop on our @SlabStox Instagram page, you can scroll through the Instagram reels that we posted, and you would see all the different sponsors that have donated. They all mean so much to us, mean so much to the kids. And lastly, want to give a huge shout out to PWCC. I mean, to pull off this auction is no easy task on their team. Like, they had to build the entire category specific event, and on top of that, I have been bombarding them with emails, different tracking numbers from people getting donations in, trying to beat the buzzer here on the flash auction deadline, different items I'm sending to flash auction that need to get expedited. Like, this entire auction was thrown together in an expedited process, so they're really committing a ton of resources to this event. And it really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to our team and a lot to the kids and Camp Kesem in general. So shout out to PWCC, and shout out to all of you, because without any of you, these cards, I guess, would sell for nothing if no one was looking at them. So shout out to everyone buying these cards and coming to the auction and trying to win and trying to bid for the kids. I really do think there's going to be a lot of overbidding to help out the charity, which I think is going to be awesome to see. There's already a lot of cards that I kind of feel like are kind of at that point right now, which is awesome to see. So I'm really hoping that continues and we can raise as much money as possible for Camp Kesem.
Yeah,
Any
I
last words,
agree.
Julian?
I would just say two things as well. There's almost something for everybody. Considering, I mean, we went through it. There's so many different things.
Yeah.
So just you haven't looked, definitely look. I mean, we went through it pretty quick, but I would take a look at that. And number two, as well as Aaron said, is things might be go over like the value in the market. But as someone who also doesn't have like a ton of money, there's cards that are in this that I probably will end up buying that I wouldn't buy otherwise, considering it's going to a great cause. So if you have a card that you've always like wanted to get, or like a PC card, for me it would be a PC card, but like you wouldn't be making money out of it. It doesn't make much sense sometimes. But if you want to, and there's in this auction, it's a great cause, so I would definitely look into buying that card.
Yep, definitely. And remember, 100% of the proceeds are going to Camp Kesem. So if you're going to, make a $25 donation here or there, or want to Camp Kesem, this is a perfect way to do it, an exciting way to do it, is just to hop on here. Maybe you want to add Jalen Hurts. Maybe it's not the best grade, but hey, you get $25 at Kesem, get a cool card. And that's all we can really ask for is everyone supporting, and everyone is really supporting. So it means a lot to us. If anyone has any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm about this auctioning and try to help out. It's going to be a really, really crazy week with the National, but guess what? I'll do anything I can to help get more people interested in these cards for the kids. And then also, if you are at the National, be sure to stop by our booth, 1461. We'll have a lot of different items actually available live at the National, and also we'll have plenty of promotion and discussion around Camp Kesem at our booth itself, plus everything else we're doing too. Tons of different cards available, mostly Formula One, baseball, soccer, hockey, and then there's some fun non-sports stuff. There are basketball and football too, just not as much. I mean, there's actually a decent amount of football now I think about it, and some basketball. But it's going to be a really great time, and we're just really excited to see everyone there. So please stop by if you're going to be there. And I just hope everyone has a great rest of your night and a great safe travel to the National if you're going. Julian, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. And if anyone's wondering where Nate is, he is traveling here right now to Milwaukee to make sure you can get to the National. So he will be at the National. Don't worry if you're a huge Dinging Corners fan, he'll be there. Julian, thanks for joining. Everyone, thank you for coming. And we will see you all in the next live stream, which will be the PWCC weekly auction number 28, where all these cards for the Camp Kesem kids will be closing. So be sure to come Sunday night, July 30th, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time for our weekly Flip Quest auction or weekly Flip Quest live stream, which will be all for the kids. And let's do 100K. I'm really excited, and we will see you all there.